Hello, my very good mates. Excitement is still on holiday. So I, the battling Brit, Lord William Gaze, shall be taking his place for these wrestling videos. Being an elegant Englander, I know all about fashion. Don't wear socks with sandals or suspenders with your belt. Thankfully, one madcap moss stopped doing that. Oh heavens, girlfriend, so atrocious. But not near as atrocious as these fashion faux pas. Please join me as we take a look at the unfab 14 worst wrestling shirts. First up is this tawty little t-shirt. It is a Godfather merchandise that implores one to not say no, but rather to say ho. Methinks that perhaps this is a shirt idea discarded by one wood-loving hacksaw Jim Duggan back in the day. I'm not sure of what occasion one would wear this naughty and saucy little monstrosity. Perhaps at your family's Christmas party to get in the ho-ho holiday spirit. Still, I do believe they would disown you from the family if you decided to do so. Next up is a piece of rock merchandise that asks a rather strange query on the front, only to rudely answer said query on the back. How's your lips? 'Cause they're going to get slapped off your face, is what this rude rubbish of a t-shirt so forwardly declares. Me brother once wore this at a biker's pub and was soundly knocked on his arse proper. This poppycock also reminded me of something me father would yell at me if I dare be dodgy enough to cough too loudly. Years of therapy all to pot thanks to myself getting a glance at this raw rubbish. Number 3 is a rather odd mishmash that be louder than me fat drunk uncle singing Queen hits at a pub on New Year's Eve. I am always chuffed to see one Johnny Morrison, or whatever he decides to add to his Johnny, doing parkour on me telly. However, it is downright bollocks and blasphemy to cover his excellent 8-pack with such a load of monkey poop. Jomo sapiens will eat me lunch. First off, rude much. You could ask and I may share me bangers and mash with you. Secondly, Homo sapiens are humans, not monkeys. I have not one iota of a clue what a Jomo sapien is, however, though I'd rather not be around one to get the pox from such a creature. Dear God, I promise you this will not be Rikishi's last time on this list, as the Forbes shirt rudely compares one's mom to that of a fat blubber-butted Samoan wrestler. Either that, or it implies Rakishi is being immoral and doing the hippity-dippity with one's mom. Me brother once wore this to a biker's pub and had a billiard stick shoved so firmly and far up his arse that he was picking splinters out of his mouth for weeks. Number 5 is perhaps the only t-shirt on this shite list that is not naughty and saucy. However, it still has one big cock on it. The red rooster is prominently featured on this white t-shirt, looking suicidally depressed as he realizes his career is in the loo. Your head will join Terry Taylor's career in the Thunderbox should you make the poor life choice of wearing this on your person. From one cock to another, you may be gobsmacked to know that someone thought that advertising Vince has a fetish for cocks would make for good advertising on a wrestling t-shirt. Blimey! If you're a bloke to be a sandwich short of a picnic, you may have bought and wore this shirt proudly. I, for one, however, care not of Vince McMahon's dining preferences or his sex life. God knows we get enough of hearing about that on every wrestling podcast known to man in existence currently. And believe you me, I am not rich enough to lay down money to pay a woman to have sex with me. However, many a woman has paid me to bugger off when I wished for intimacy. Moving on. We are halfway there, and believe me, if you wear any of these following t-shirts, you may be a candidate for the Nut House. Speaking of nuts, The Miz has been lambasted on WWE telly lately for having tiny balls. He is now proudly wearing a t-shirt to let the world know he has massive balls. This is the most recent t-shirt on this shite list that one can currently purchase on WWE Shop. However, if you have to brag about it, well, let me just say, I have big balls too. Me brother and I will be playing with them on the beach later. I'm talking of beach balls. Don't be a gutter-minded simpleton, you troglodyte. I love me testicles. Number 8 is a test t-shirt from 2003 with I love my testicles blazoned on the front in bold white letters and rub me the right way printed on the back. Dear God, and I thought it took some balls to wear Mrs. t-shirt I mentioned earlier. In 2003, Test was paired with valet Stacy Keibler and started calling his fans his testicles. This gimmick, however, was quickly neutered. One could easily imagine their white van-driving mustachioed uncle wearing such a nutty shirt. Upon reviewing for photos for this video, I just realized I must delete me browser history ASAP. From one end to another, we now have APA's Always Pounding Ass Bar and Grill t-shirt. God save the Queen, I shan't never wish to dine there. What on earth do the APA have against donkeys? And how has Peter not protested this t-shirt? If, however, they are referring to the buttocks, this cheeky shirt still stinks. From one arse to another, number 10 gives us one as big as Jupiter, with more craters than Mercury. I would imagine wearing this rakishi t-shirt with the big Samoan's blobby posterior blazoned on the back is the perfect way to get people to socially distance from you, not only during the pandemic, but for life. Jerk Squad is up at number 11. This Davy Richards t-shirt may imply that you run with a heelish bunch, or it may be an implication of one of your favorite pastimes. Look, I collect, play with, and name and sleep with My Little Ponies, but I'm not going to advertise that. I say, what you do in your free time is your own business. Keep calm and don't advertise your weakening eyes. Number 12 is a very suggestive shirt from that coquettish Canucker cutie herself, Trish Stratus. The front of the shirt says blow me. The back says into the stratosphere. Me brother once wore this saucy shirt to his hairdresser, and she promptly burned the perv with a hairdryer. Good on you. Number 13 has an apple on it with features, and print below that states, do you spit or swallow? Dear God, in the celestial heavens above, what would possess someone to make or buy such poppycock? Carlito had a nasty habit of spitting apples in chaps' and chicks' faces in the pre-pandemic era long ago. However, one must be daffy mad crackers to wear such a sinful shirt. And I know it sounds like I'm getting me knickers in a tight twist, but for your info, I both spit and swallow. I rinse and spit at the dentist, and I swallow good food like bangers and mash. I will not be swallowing these apples, however. And finally, Sin Cara's first t-shirt in the WWE was an absolute train wreck. I'm not sure what is going on with this unfortunate design, but it looks like Sin Cara's tallywhacker is tripping out of his trousers. I do believe this was the design of his wrestling knickers, but this sinful Sin Cara t-shirt was quickly pulled from shelves when people realized it looked like something else. The WWE got the point that this shirt was indeed one boner of a boo-boo. Know of any other rancidly rotten wrestling t-shirts I left off the list? Please comment down below, and do like, subscribe, and share, so others don't become unfortunate victims of these cotton crimes against humanity. Ta-ta!